Welcome back to Project Chief. It's day 69 and
we're finished.
It's complete.
We have the inspection signed off on. They can move in. I mean, unless something breaks, we're not coming back here.
No, we are. We're coming back because we're having a barbecue on your guys' awesome deck.
Yes, on the awesome deck. So for this video, there is no time lapse. There is nothing like that on here. We're just going to talk about and walk through the inside of Project Chief and the outside of Project Chief, the cool things we did, and maybe explain a little bit more about them. So sit down because this is going to be a longer video.
And also, if you can't already see, pretty sick feature behind us, but we'll get into the details on that.
So I think the best way to start off is, why is it called Project Chief? I don't know if we've ever told anyone why it's called Project Chief. I think it's a giveaway now behind us why it's called Project Chief.
It is a Chiefs themed office.
And that's where the name came from, of Project Chief. And also, there's a cute dog here named Chief as well. That helped.
That was really it, when he's like, you know what are we gonna name this project? And their dog's name is Chief. Project Chief. Chiefs theme.
So then let's now go into talking more about these super cool lights. So these are what you saw in the previous videos, is a aluminum strip that is recessed into the drywall.
Watch out, Patty.
And you know what? We're gonna get in close so you can see these things. Okay, after we put our drywall in, if you saw, we cut out a larger section, put in these aluminum strips, and then mudded back in around them. So we have just a smooth transition. And these covers right here, these are just little plastic covers that pop off, and the LED strip light is stuck inside that channel. And you can put any kind of LED strip light you want to in it. They picked out this brand of lighting, which, if you can't tell, it's voice control. So it reacts to the sound you make. It has a bunch of cool settings in it, and hook up to your computer, I think, and your video games control it, and whatever else.
But it doesn't have to be either.
Doesn't have to be, no.
It can stay a constant color, a lot of different options.
Yeah. Now, if you're like doing this in some other kind of like a modern bedroom, you can just put a nice little soft white LED light in there, so it gives you an ambient glow. If you don't want a sweet party happening in your bedroom. So yeah, let's turn all the lights off.
I'll back up.
Back up. And let's just have a little, I'll just talk and narrate and do some beatboxing. Boom, 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 boom. It's actually more like on Men in Black, the aliens when they talk to each other in the post office. Yeah. But yeah.
I like the whoop, 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 whoop.
It's super cool. And then
let's go over some other features that people probably haven't noticed yet.
We got cut on real quick too.
Oh.
A cool feature that Andy was a main man on. So behind the wall here in this area is an outlet that both these lights are plugged into. But you can't have an outlet hidden behind drywall. So Andy built a trap baseboard that comes up here and here, so you can still access the outlets and the controls for the lights.
Let's see how simple that is. Go ahead and adjust it.
So let's turn them off for now, so that won't be too distracting for the rest of the video. And then you just put this guy back up, slide your manual lock down that side, manual lock down on that side, boom.
And there's my homes.
Okay then, Andy, let's switch it up. Your turn.
Oh man, okay. The original idea for the trim was diamond plate, so we looked at pricing aluminum diamond plating now, and it was about $800.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured there's a possibility of a limited time frame that diamond plating is going to be the theme in this room. So to give them something more versatile and a little bit more cost effective, John found a neat diamond plate wrap
Yeah, we gotta roll it right down there.
right here. So it's really a giant sticker.
Yeah.
And it's just traditional trim underneath there. So it is a standard 3-inch.
I think so.
3-inch white trim that we have wrapped with that diamond plate. And if you're wondering what this is,
What is it, Andy?
it is a coffee table. Coffee table
It's a coffee table. Under the coffee table
is a
sump pump.
yeah. We don't need to get into that. You saw us do that.
Yeah, but that's how you.
It looks pretty.
That way you can put a sofa or something, some seating right here next to it, and now it's a coffee table.
Coffee table, end table. And last, I think the big features that you guys didn't see us, we have installed a fan, and they went actually with a unique,
I would say different system.
different system. So they went no light inside of the fan, and wanted dual lighting outside of it.
So,
So you can really control the overall lighting in this room. And last but not least, I think what we're really enjoying about this is the deep windows.
oh yeah, this turned out super cool. So we had to do it, throwing back to a way old video of behind this section of the wall is a piece of concrete that supports the retaining wall on the other side there. So you couldn't take it out. So we ended up having to build a double wall, an outside wall on the inside wall on either side of that piece of concrete, which gave us these super thick, 12-inch deep windowsills. And things that you can't see.
Hold on, here we go. And go.
And things that you can't see, which is also cool, is just like that's a double wall by the windows, this right here and that right there is also a double wall. We have an exterior wall on top of the foundation, because thinking back now, there's already a foundation semi-basement area that came up to right about here. So there's a little pony wall, short wall, on top of that foundation, and then a full wall that you put the drywall on, which gave us some serious insulation power. So we actually have, gosh, almost 12 inches of insulation on this wall, on that wall, and on the window wall. So it's going to be a very energy efficient room, which is why this room is 12 foot by 24 feet.
Yep.
It only requires a single air vent.
That's the inside.
So we're going to do something for you because it's going to be hard on us because it's like 100 degrees outside. But we're going to go outside now and walk around a very sweet deck.
I'm excited for when this room is full of office furniture.
There will be a computer in here.
There will be a computer in here. I'm just saying because it's a big enough room. There's just like a little bit of
A little bit of echo.
yeah. So,
Outside.
here we go.
Now out here on the deck of Project Chief, we're going to point out some cool things we did that make it a little bit different.
Right off the bat, it looks awesome.
That is probably the main thing of this, is just how cool it looks. Everything from the black metal railing or black metal banisters, bolsters. We had a cool conversation about it. We still don't know. But those things that we used.
Comment down below. What do you call them?
And then the LED string lighting we used to light this place up with, which is on a nice little handy switch out here.
All of the Simpson
Strong
tie features that are blacked out. You know, just a little bit beefier to add to the aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, some of the things are larger than other decks are. That's what we're going for.
Exactly.
So,
That's why I have 6x6 posts and not 4x4 posts. It gives it a beefier feel. And now to kind of some more nerdy things about this place, which makes it a little unique.
Here, I'll follow you around as you talk.
So we're gonna look up here first, and this is a unique feature of how this roof system is tied into the house. We have built these custom risers, which are on the roof joists or roof rafters, and they are actually supporting these 4x4 uppers by up to 2x6 cross members, and then that is what our roof joists or roof rafters are sitting on top of. That way it allows a breeze to come through. So other decks, you might see them hooking up right here to the fascia board in the house, and what that's going to do is trap hot air all the way across your deck. By lifting it up and raising it up and putting that gap up there, you can stand on this deck and enjoy a breeze of wind coming straight in and straight up and out.
So it's going to come right in through and out. Plus, obviously, you can get the coverage.
Yep. Other cool things. Let's see here. Oh man, let's go down and just talk about how this deck is even sitting up here. So this is a floating deck system. These are sleeper joists, which the deck is built on. Usually you'll see this full height going all the way back, tied into the side of the house. But this is that room we're just in, our addition. So these are sleeper joists because they're cut at an angle, the inverse angle of our roof here, our flat roof. And this is actually floating right here on top of the roof.
But John, how do you carry all the load down?
That's a great question, Andy. Let's go to the front side here and see how this load is carried down. This right here is double thickness of our 2x stock, and it's tied in right to our 6x6 posts, which go through that double wall we mentioned earlier.
We'll see if we can get a peek. It is, that's at 6x6 right there.
Yep, going all the way down, and then boom, right on top of the existing foundation. So this is carrying all the load. And to be extra safe, all of these sleeper joists, which are on 60-inch centers, are resting right on top of the roof rafters of this addition, which then are again tied in with double walls to the below foundation. So there is ample support for this deck. And
so we're tied in here, up there,
back to the roof for the lateral strength.
and then what else do we have really just ensuring that this roof stays connected to this house, because we are in a tornado area.
So because yes, we might get some high winds ever so often, we have, some people call them hurricane screws, but Simpson has a very long orange screw that is literally that long, which is ran through our cross beams here up into every single roof rafter going across. So that what eliminates is a more ugly method, which is a hurricane tie, which goes on the outside of the wood. That way they can be all tied in securely for high winds, and you don't really see it at all. So it looks like they're sitting up there and floating as well, but they're not. It's all secure.
I just want to make sure, in case anybody saw as we were going through, and exactly what John just explained, that they look like they're just sitting there. They're not. So John, this is a unique deck. The guys that came out to do the inspection had, we'll say, 70 plus years of experience, and they haven't seen that in this area of
Yes.
the Ozarks. Where'd you get the inspiration?
So, a big shout out to JLC Online. It's a magazine about best practices for construction. I believe a lot of the content is out of the Northeast, which this is much more popular in the Northeast. This flat roof construction with floating decks or sleeper decks on top of it. And I actually reached out to them. They were great people to talk to. I talked to someone from JLC, and they gave me advice and feedback on this system. And man, you should go online, look them up, JLC Online, and there's gonna be a link in the description below, more information about them, and just check out their magazine, because without that content, I don't think we'll be able to complete this project.
And as a point of reference, they have an archive section that I think goes back to 1986 for their magazine.
Yes, so they're not just some new pop-up. They've been around a little while.
So you can see this is the new deck. We were tying into an old deck, but with that we still needed to give them a more reasonable step down to their out into their lawn, into their space in their backyard.
Ta-da!
So here it is.
It's probably the longest single step I've ever seen. It's a, what, 26 foot long step?
Yeah, something along those lines. Also, some features you might see in the staircase and this step. We have some lights in there as well.
Yeah.
Did we go over that?
We've never gone over the lights.
So there's a really neat feature that we might break off here and go over, but we won't get stuck on that here. We also added a little safety railing to each side with, I'll do this one. Some awesome lights.
Some little solar powered lights. Ta-da!
So they're solar powered. You can hear it click on. I don't know if you can see it.
But at night, the goal was to not make it so it lit up the entire area.
Yep.
But just a little accent so you knew there was a railing there and you wouldn't run into it.
And then lastly, this is the smoking and grilling area. They wanted some partial coverage, I think, just in case it starts drizzling or raining out here, and also just to get his equipment out of direct contact with the elements.
Yes.
It is lit up with the same style lighting that we have on the deck.
Check that out.
And the switch is right there.
Doop. And then also to point out, Andy, again, awesome idea of custom bending plastic PVC conduit for all of this, which we also have a YouTube video all about how to do that for yourself if you want to check it out.
Right here, click on it. We don't actually know how to do that. Go back, you lazy bum. Go back into our video archives. Is it archives?
Yeah.
That sounds like an old person.
But yeah.
But same 6x6, same aesthetics.
And these 6x6 posts aren't tied into the old deck. We sank them in, woo, right next to the old deck into their own footings, which are over 2 feet in the ground.
Over 2 feet and a lot of concrete.
How much concrete? Well, it will say it's measured in hundreds of pounds.
Hundreds of pounds.
Per post.
So they're in there.
But yeah, let's just take a step back from a distance so everyone get a full enjoyment of just how proud and cool Project Chief turned up. And this way you also see it's a red roof.
Turned up. Turned
up. Turned up. That's hip.
That's hip.
And the last feature we're going to talk about is our accent lighting. So on our steps right here, and then across our big humongous step in the front, are little round black discs. And that is our accent lighting. It's a low voltage 12 volt system which powers all of these lights. And they're all set on a dusted on photo cell. And that way, sun sets, they automatically turn on, and you have a nice lit stairway right here and then right across the front.
What was a unique feature of those lights you needed to overcome?
The unique feature is when you buy them, they will tell you how many watts they are, but they don't tell you how bright it might actually be. So originally, these were not black. They were just white with a little chrome ring around them. And it was like an airplane was landing. It lit up the entire backyard. So they're black because we actually put tinting film across them, which was a blessing in disguise because now, being black circles, it matches our black accent theme everywhere else.
Once again, the Lord's favor.
He was over this project for 3 months now.
Yeah.
And Andy, what is up with this platform? Why is it here?
Yep, so the platform or landing here, I actually didn't help you at all.
Yeah,
John was building the stairs and did a great job because we're tying in the pre-existing deck height to the house, and this deck down here, we had that to work with. So when John was building the stairs to match the deck down here, the height that he was allowed to use caused this last step to not fall within the 3/8 inch code, that from the bottom of the stairs to the top of the stairs, it has to be within 3/8 for every one of the steps.
Yes, so that bottom step was luckily exactly 1.5 inches too tall.
So, 1.5 inch landing. They were good with that, so we appreciate the inspector working with us.
Yep.
Because he understood why that had to happen, and it looks awesome. George, shout out to George, did a great job. We'll pan into here in a second. Maybe you can
Get a
see the
up close look
craftsmanship.
And then also shout out to my wife, which I found out afterwards, did the design for it.
Oh,
Wow.
shout out John's
Whoop, whoop.
wife. Oh man, John.
And this concludes.
Project Chief.
We appreciate all you folks who've watched 69 videos of us building this entire project.
We also we won't say them for privacy's sake, but we appreciate the owners for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah. Because they took a risk on us, because it's hard to describe exactly what we were doing, but they believed in us, and I think we did a pretty darn good job. If you have questions about this project, how we did something, why we did something, leave it down in the comment section below.
Even if you disagree with us,
Yes.
you can ask us why you do this and why you would have went a different way.
We're cool with it.
Also, thanks, John, for taking the lead. John, and do you ever say your wife's name on this? I'm sure you guys have.
I think I have.
Previous videos.
I have in previous videos, so you can say Rachel.
She's free to. Okay,
Yep.
Her name's open. John and Rachel, they designed this. They went through all of the permitting process. This is a legitimate build, you know.
Yep.
So once again, all of your effort. That's awesome, man. Like this
Thank
is
you, Andy.
you guys don't know all the behind the scenes, but this is a big step for us in Raptor renovation. So
It really is. So now, which if you haven't done yet, gosh darn it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need you.
like the video.
Yes, give it a good old thumbs up. Share this or all of the 69 previous videos of this project with someone, because you thought, man, these guys did something cool. Maybe they're entertaining. Maybe Andy's funny.
So every now and again, we're a little off the game. It's been a little while since we've recorded.
Yeah.
Also, ring the bell for notifications. We'll be back to the Delta, giving you updates on how to renovate or remodel different features inside of a home.
And there's going to be one more Project Chief video coming out. Don't worry, there's going to be no commentary. But what it's going to be,
You for real need to ring the bell for notifications.
yeah, ring the bell and you'll find out. It's going to be super cool. So, with that, finger gun.
Also, John, the advice.
If you are doing a job and you're salaried and you feel like you're doing okay, but it's not really what you want to do for the rest of your life, and you've lived responsibly and have a whole bunch of savings already planned up, maybe a year or two of your salary already saved, then you should risk it for the biscuit and quit your job and pursue something like you want to do. Because you know what? That's what I did. That's what this guy did.
It is. We both left careers that we had a lot of years invested into them, and once again, we know it's not all of our own work. We know that the Lord is moving behind the scenes for us and present in every moment. So we're grateful for having the opportunity.
Yep. And you had that 2 years savings saved up and you're ready to quit your job, but you don't know the Lord yet, you should rewind, meet Mr. Jesus before quitting your job, because you're going to need a lot of prayer.
Yep. You're going to take some faith. And also, if you have that huge amount of money in savings, you should invest in Carvana and Sills. That's my advice. Because they went from $4 to $50 in like a couple weeks.
I really hope when someone watches in 10 years, they're like, Either one, that guy's a genius because now that stock's $2,000, or two, the company went bankrupt in 2 months after the video went out.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't know. Also, verse of the day, Luke 1:37. With God, nothing is impossible. I think that's it. Let me not misquote the Lord's words.
If you're still watching right now, this is all unedited. This is just free content just for you guys out there who are the hardcore fans who are still watching right now.
For with God, nothing shall be impossible. Luke 1:37.
Which doesn't mean for sure God's going to cure your cancer and you're not going to die. Or
No,
he's
not
for
at
sure
all.
going to make you successful at business and doing cool projects.
I think that verse, if I could remember correctly, is the angel speaking to Mary and, or maybe Joseph, and explaining that they were, she is going to usher in, we're going to edit this out, but that Jesus is coming through her.
Jesus is coming through her.
So in context, there are plenty of impossible things you can do.
Yes. Don't get prosperity gospel on it. Thank you for watching.
I hope a lot of this gets edited because it was rambling.
No, I liked it. I like the raw in part.
Because I feel like are you almost as big as Patrick Mahomes? Wow. You're a big guy. You're a big boy.